Cuevas at the fielder. Runner at second is Valencia, and the pitch sails high and away.
Heading to the backstop. I have a feeling that runner, Valencia, at second would be sitting on third.
So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Cuevas at the plate, and the wind and the pitch, and that one will be outside. Ball 2.
So 2-1 count in this very beginning of a game that should have been
started over an hour ago.
Should have been more than halfway over.
2-1 pitch right at the knees, but they're going to say just low.
Was on, all the way. She leaned on it, but she didn't offer to swing.
So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Stinson ready, Nieto down, and the pitch swung on, and that one is heading out of play. Runs the count full now to Looper.
And I think that would have been a call strike the way it was headed. Looper either thought she could hit or need to boil it off. But it was looking like a fall of knee, over the plate. So it's a good.
To left field, that's going to find its way almost to the fence. Before Dillard can get to it, she'll come up with it, but it'll be a stand-up RBI double for Peyton Looper to center.
So that scores. Cuevas comes in from third, and Looper stands on first.
On second.
On second now, actually, she's running back to first just to get her.
Yeah, get rid of the armor.
Right.
So a 3-run movement for Estancia here in the first. Now it'll be the DP, Lucille Summers, to the plate.
And a lot of this damage was done with 2 outs. But, this team, their top batting averages are .790.
First pitch right down the pipe, knee high, called strike 1.
.790, .662, .650. Trying to contain their bats is going to be the big challenge for Eunice here, of course.
And the 0-1, and that one is going to be high for ball number 1. And a throw down to third just to keep Looper honest over there. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Summers, the DP. Stinson ready, fires, swung on, and that'll be a slow roller. Kelly gets it on the backhand in the glove. Will fire it over to Williams at first in time. Score it 1-3 for out number 3, but 3 runs come across for the Lady Bears in their half of the first. After a half inning, it's Estancia 3, Eunice coming to bat. Lady Cardinal softball continues in just a moment.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the first inning, Estancia plated 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. Eunice coming up to the plate, and with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan, as we head into this bottom of the first inning. Leading off, it'll be just like it was last game. It'll be Michaela Pierce, then Haley Jones, Mel Nieto, Kelly Stinson, Peyton Williams, Liz Gaitan, Riley Dillard, Laylene Zamora, and then Emma Garrett, the DH. That is 1 through 9 for your Lady Cardinals. Garrett hits in place Alexi Garcia, who plays right field. The bench is Mariah McGuire, Alejandra Leyva, Bella Pierce, and Cheyenne Blevins. So Valencia in the ring for Estancia. Her battery mate is Villafuerte. You've got Gonzalez, Chavez, Looper, Garcia around the infield first to third, Cuevas, Smith, and Velarde in the outfield from left to right.
All right, so Pierce, the leadoff batter. How'd she do in that first game this morning?
She went 2-for-4 in that ball game, but was on, I think, just about every time.
Yeah, this is, I was calling the Jowl softball game, which they lost.
And she'll bunt and lay one down, but it'll be foul for strike 1. So Coach Kemple trying a little bit of small ball here to maybe try and spark something early.
Right, just to get a runner on base and around. And it's really important that first run when you break the ice, especially if you get up to your first at bat and you're already down by 3 runs like they are. But they could get those back, but they've got to put runners on the base and get them around.
And she'll bunt and punt that one all the way out of play for strike number 2. So the no ball 2 strike count to Michaela Pierce, leading things off for your Eunice Lady Cardinals.
Valencia is a hard thrower. That ball is coming in. That velocity is pretty strong. If you're bunting, you really got to do a good job to hit it square on and deaden that ball. And it's harder to do the faster it is and the more spin that it's got on it.
Next pitch going to sail up and out of the zone.
Yeah, with 2 strikes on her, she won't be trying to bunt anymore in this at-bat.
I wouldn't think so. So it's a 1 ball 2 strike count, and that one going to sail on Valencia a little bit. Evens the count at 2-2. So a 2 ball 2 strike count. Bottom of the first inning, Eunice trails by 3. But they have the firepower to get back into this one in a hurry. The middle infielders are in. And the pitch, and that one is all the way back to the screen.
Valencia throws hard, but when she misses by a mile.
This may be a case of Villafuerte telling the batters, don't dig in.
Yeah. A little Bull Durham reference there. But it's a full count on this first batter up in this second game for Eunice today.
Pierce checks way up on the bat, chokes up, and the payoff pitch is up and away, ball 4. So Pierce works the leadoff walk, and now Eunice in business with Haley Jones coming to the plate.
Yeah, 2 strikes to start things off and then 4 straight balls. I think if I were Jones and Coach Kimball, I would be saying, hey, make her pitch to you. Don't start swinging at anything until
Jones 0 for 1, but did have a sack RBI and walked and scored in that first game. And the first pitch to Haley is up high for ball number 1.
Valencia has a tremendous amount of speed, but it looks to me that she has a little bit trouble harnessing that consistently. That she has killer speed.
And the pitch, and that one's going to be high on the riser for ball 2.
Villafuerte, that is, tried to bring that down really quickly and frame that up for the ump. It didn't miss by much, but it did miss.
Nueva throws Valencia, and that one's going to be away for ball 3.
Yep.
So all of a sudden having a little trouble finding the strike zone.
7 straight balls right here.
So a 3-0 count. Jones ready, and that one going to be inside and low for ball 4. Gets the walk, so back-to-back walks, and the Lady Cards are in business. 2 teams wearing red and white, both teams with red pants, white jerseys, red letters and numbers.
Yeah, very similar out there. Even the
only difference is red sleeves on Estancia.
Right, white sleeves.
All white for Eunice.
But even similar lettering and numbering on the jerseys.
So that'll bring Mel Nieto to the plate.
Eunice is in script in black, outlined in red.
And the pitch, that one's going to be high and away for ball number 1. And a throw down to second as Pierce back in safely. We're just trying to kind of get her sleeping over there. So 1-0 the count swung on, and Nieto gets a good piece of that one. If she straightens that one out, it's extra bases. As it is, it just evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, with no outs, runners on first and second, golden opportunity for Eunice to really try to even things up in this at-bat. They trail by 3, but they're knocking on the door.
And the pitch is high for ball number 2. So a 2 ball 1 strike count. Of course, we are not allowed to video stream these games. The NMAA has sole rights to those. And the pitch, and that one is at the knees, inside corner. Nice pitch there from Valencia. Yes, it was.
A sizzler. You know what? Nieto has a .367 batting average. She's number 3 in terms of BAs for the team. And a .525 on base percentage.
2-2 pitch inside and low on the fastball. That'll be ball number 3.
So we know she's capable, and Eunice put 26 runs across against their opponent in that first game this morning.
So it's a full count now to Nieto. Nobody out, 2 on. Eunice trying to climb out of an early 3-0 hole. Fuerte set up, and the pitch high, ball 4.
Wow.
And so back-to-back walks as the base is full of Lady Cardinals. Can't believe that Coach Larson hadn't come out to maybe have a word with her ace on the hill.
Well, I think this is an unusual situation when you have Valencia has an ERA of 2.99. That's extremely low, and this doesn't sound like the kind of situation that she gets into. Or if she does, she pitches her way out of, or the team helps her out of.
And the first pitch to Stinson is on the inside corner, called strike one. Stinson 4 for 5 in the first game this afternoon. So pitcher-on-pitcher duel, looking to help her own cause out. Bases full of her teammates, nobody out. Eunice threatens, and the wind and the pitch. That one rolls in, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Peyton Williams is on deck for Eunice. Liz Gaitan is in the hole.
As Stinson settles in. If Huerte set up on the inside corner and the pitch sails, that's going to be ball 2. Snap throw down to third as Garcia slaps the tag on Pierce. Kayla back in time. Nieto at first. Jones at second. Pierce at third. 2-1 pitch swung on, and that's a line shot. Going to find its way through out into left field. That'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 runs home, and it is a 2-run RBI single, a 2 RBI single to left for Kelly Stinson.
A hard line drive shot out there all the way almost to the wall. Brought 2 in, and Eunice now trailing only by 1. No outs and 2 on. Runners at first and second.
As Peyton Williams will step up to the dish. Williams this morning went 2 for 5. Had a couple of walks, scored a bunch. So she settles into the right side box as Valencia deals high, ball 1. Again, Eunice is the number 6 team in the state, and they are in the same district as Loving, so they've had a pretty rough go at times. And the 1-0 pitch, that one going to roll in, and that one bounces away from the catcher, Villa Fuerte. She'll come over and get it right in front of us as we sit just down the first baseline, kind of catty corner behind home plate.
And that both runners are going to move on that pass ball. She got a glove on it.
Yep.
It was low, but it's definitely a pass ball situation. Peyton Williams, by the way, is leading in batting average for the Lady Cards with a .444 batting average and a .535 on-base percentage. She's got 1 over the park homer, over the fence homer. And
the pitch swung on and right into us. And that'll be strike 1. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Still no outs. 0 outs. Runners at second and third now for Eunice. And they want to just keep the line moving. Their dugout, almost everybody is standing up at the fence and into this right now. They know they have the ability to pull the upset if they come out and play. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Valencia having trouble finding the zone. She'll deal. Off-speed pitch in. That one is going to be outside, ball 3. A change-up and a watermelon. And I tell you what, Williams flinched. She thought about swinging at that, swatting at it. And Valencia thought she'd get her to chase, and Williams did not. So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. As Valencia checks on the wristband for the pitches coming in from the dugout. And the 3-1 pitch fastball, let her high. That one had some zip to it. Major heat, yeah. So now counts full. Yes, it is. Outfield playing deep, infield their normal positions. Nobody out, 2 on, 2 runs across. For Eunice, they trail by a run. As the wind and the pitch swung on and missed as Williams takes a good cut at it but comes up empty. 1 down as Valencia rings up Williams. Now it'll be Liz Gaitan to the plate. So Liz will step up. She was 0 for 3 in the ball game, reached on an error, walked a couple times, scored a couple of runs. The first pitch to Gaitan is on the outside corner, called strike 1. Got a feeling Gaitan may be due. They're going over in game 1. Did get on and score, but a 1 pitch and swung on and missed. Got her with the riser. Yeah, a sizzling rising fastball. And the ball gets away from the pitcher Valencia on the throw back. She'll get it quickly from Looper, who will then fire it over to Garcia, but back in safely at third is Nieto. Nieto at third, Stinson at second. So a no-ball, 2-strike count to Gaitan at the plate. Valencia seems to be settling in as she gets her sign from Villafuerte, and the pitch swung on and missed.
Back-to-back Ks for the Lady Bears ace. And there's 2 down for the Lady Cards.
2 outs, 2 on. And that brings up Riley Dillard to the plate, playing left field for the Lady Cardinals, and left-handed batter.
Dillard 0 for 1, walked her other 4 plate appearances. The one lefty in the lineup, and the first pitch is going to be on the outside corner, called strike 1.
And the ump obviously calling the corners for both right-handed, left-handed batters here, inside and outside.
Valencia starting to find her groove in the pitch, and that one's on the inside corner. Same pitch, just on the other side of the plate, and same result. Strike 2 to Dillard. So after a little bit of a rocky start, Valencia seems to be settling in.
She does. And, they didn't allow a whole lot of time in between these games because this is the one before it went so long.
Yeah, almost none. And the pitch, and that's in there, called strike 3. So Valencia starts out slowly and gives up 2 runs, but then strikes out the side. We've played an inning from the NMAA state tournament. It is Eunice trailing Estancia 3-2. More Lady Cardinal softball in just a moment.
Eunice schools are excited to have students and staff back on campus and involved in another successful school term. It's been an eventful year, and the Eunice schools are ready for whatever comes their way. Eunice Public Schools provide high-quality educational experiences in a safe environment. The entire Eunice community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities, and a fantastic school system.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinal State softball action on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the bottom of the first inning, Eunice scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there were 2 left on base. So we are here, 3-2 ball game. And the Estancia Lady Bears are leading 3-2 with the call. Here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Dawn Morgan. One of our Eunice faithful coming over to tell us we need to adjust our levels a little bit.
Okay.
As apparently the studio couldn't tell us that. So the first pitch will come into Villafuerte, and it is in there for a called strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. It's 8-9-1, due up for Valencia. Stinson still in the ring, gets her sign. She'll kick and fire. Off-speed pitch, a hard shot. Jones, that is in and out of her glove and will go out into right field as Villafuerte will reach via the E4. And errors can come back to bite you. You don't want them to, but they can. Now it'll be Rylan Velarde.
Yeah, Velarde playing right field for the Lady Bears, and she's a left-handed batter. No outs, 1 on.
So interesting to see if she swings away or is the slap bunt type hitter, and the first pitch is high. Ball 1, throw down to first, and they're going to try and get the run down going, throw over to second, and it is dumped in the dirt, and so that'll let Villafuerte go to second. She moves around to third on the error, so reaches on an E4 and then moves to third on an E3. Ouch. And it was ball 1 at the plate to Velarde.
Right. Actually, was it ball 2? No.
No, it's just ball 1.
Just 1.
There was a lot that happened right there, but it was just ball 1.
Just one pitch came in. Velarde at the bat, and then it's top of the lineup again, Chavez Garcia Gonzalez. But Eunice has to deal with this batter first.
Yes, they do. And the pitch to Velarde, and she'll take a big hack at a good Stinson fastball, come up empty. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 2 errors, and has got a runner at third. Eunice trailing by a run. Stinson, the quick worker, kicks and fires, swung on, and that one is going to be popped up into shallow left field, out into no woman's land. The little Texas leaguer is going to plate Villafuerte, so the errors cost him a run right there on the Texas leaguer to left by Velarde. Give her the RBI single, and it's now 4-2 in favor of Estancia, and turn it back over to the top of the lineup.
That's right. So now it's Chavez, who struck out her last time up. This is her second plate appearance. Garcia on deck, Gonzalez in the hole. And the score is 4-2.
First pitch, and that one is going to be just high to Chavez for ball number 1. Still a 1 ball, no strike count.
No outs and nobody, and a runner on first now. Nobody in scoring position yet.
Stinson ready. Nieto sets up on the inside, and the pitch comes right where she puts the glove and evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, good pitch.
Still the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cardinals giving up 3 runs in the first and 1 here in the second, trail 4-2. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Evie Stuber keeping an eye and an ear on things. Back at One Radio Square, and that one is in the air and out of play, foul on the right side of things. So Stinson up in the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Stinson with 2 strikeouts in the game so far.
And the pitch, the off-speed pitch, that's on the ground, going to find its way through between first and second. Charging up on it is Garcia, gets to it, fires across the diamond to third, is knocked down by Gaetan. But Velarde will move all the way to third, and Chavez with the single to right moves to second. So now Estancia starting to spread their wings a little bit. Do Bears have wings? I don't think so, but
I don't think they fly, but they're certainly stomping.
Maybe flexing their claws.
They're stomping their way into this top of the second inning. No outs, a run across already, and runners at second and third for Estancia. Eunice got to think about working the outs one at a time, try to seal off the damage here.
As Molly Garcia steps in at an infield single and scored her last time up, and she'll take the first pitch and pop it up on the left side. Going over is Nieto at the fence, makes the grab.
And hangs on to it. She caught it right as the fish. She slid into the fence while she was catching that. Kind of trapped it between the chain link and her glove, held on to it. So nice hustle and a good play. Just 1 away, though, and the runners are still at second and third for Estancia.
As now to be Shandy Gonzalez to the plate. Gonzalez 0 for 1 was the strikeout victim her last time up. As Stinson ready, deals. That one swung on and hit hard. Foul down behind the Eunice dugout. Strike 1. Estancia looks like they are trying to get this timing down on Stinson a little bit. As we've got dirt and nastiness everywhere.
I'm trying to clean off my phone so I can see it. To work
it's all right. I'm trying to clean out my throat from all the dirt that has entered recently.
The only field for the Cloverleaf here at Cleveland High School that is artificial turf is field 1.
0-1 pitch swung on, and that'll be like a bunt, but it'll dribble foul up the third baseline. So that is that one had trouble written all over it.
And it was wise as Stinson came over from the circle, Gaetan from third, and wisely saw it starting to roll foul and let it go ahead and finish up foul. So it just becomes a strike.
So an 0-2 count to Gonzalez at the plate. Is Stinson ready to go? She'll deal off speed pitch. Got her. Ringer up, set her down for the second time. Third K of the ball game for Stinson, and there is 2 down now for Estancia.
So 2 outs, although they've put a runner across, they still have runners at second and third, and they have Valencia, their cleanup hitter, coming up to the plate.
Valencia singled to center with an RBI her last time up, and then scored on a pass ball, so she'll step in with 2 outs, 2 on, and Stinson loses the ball. It goes into the windmill, and she throws it backwards. Is that a ball? I think they're going to say that's ball 1.
Okay.
I have never seen that. Kelly went into her wind, and as she got through the windmill, it went backwards towards Jones.
Sometimes I've had that happen. Sometimes that can happen to you as a pitcher. It's embarrassing.
And that one will fly up and away. I think ball 2. We haven't seen something from the official.
Sometimes if you don't make it all the way around,
they're saying ball.
Yeah,
better ball the ball.
That's true.
So a 2 ball, no strike count. Stinson ball swung and missed Valencia. Looked like she wanted to put maybe 3 on the board right there. Swings over the top of strike number 1.
So 1 across the runs, and it is 4-2 your score. The score bug just everything went blank there for a minute.
And the swung on and back to the screen. That usually means because we are having a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Fuerte is set up on the inside, and the pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the rising fastball. 4th K of the ball game for Valencia, and that'll bring Emma Garrett to the plate. You want to know what Emma Garrett's line was in the first game, Dawn?
Tell us.
Okay, she was 0 for 1. She reached base 4 times, She scored 3 runs. She had 4 RBIs, and 3 of them were being hit by a pitch.
Wow.
She was hit 3 times, and all of them were with the bases loaded.
Wow, my goodness.
And she will take a hack at a rising fastball for strike 1. I have never seen 3 RBIs on 3 hit by pitches before.
That's pretty
and
crazy.
It happened in consecutive at-bats.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Valencia came in. We mentioned there wasn't much warm-up time before this game.
And the 0-1 rolls in, evens the count of a ball and a strike.
I think that had a good deal of bearing on the fact that Valencia walked the first 3 batters that she saw, allowed 2 runs in that first at bat by Eunice, but has really cleaned things up since then. And as I say that, it sails over the catcher's head and to the backstop. So occasionally you're still seeing some control issues, but man, she throws hard, she throws fast, and when it's there, it sizzles.
So it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count to the number 9 hitter, Garrett, at the plate. Valencia has it from Villafuerte and fires high and away for ball number 3.
So 3-1 is the count now. 1 out, nobody on. Here we are, top of the second inning. And I keep wanting to call him Valencia.
Well, Valencia's in the ring. So
yeah, she's in the circle, and that is going to be another walk that she issues.
High for ball 4, 4th walk of the ball game issued by Valencia. 4 walks and 4 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And so turn it over to the top of the lineup with Pierce, who worked the walk, worked the full count after going down 0-2, and then works the walk.
So flex runner, courtesy runner is coming in.
Be Garcia, I would bet you. Yep, it'll be Lexi Garcia.
She is in right field, but she is the flex player and not batting, so she is going to run the bases for Garrett, who reached on the walk. And we go back to the top of the lineup with Pierce, Jones, and Nieto coming up.
So Pierce will step in. She is 0 for 0, walked and scored in the first on the 2 RBI single by Stinson. Coach Kimple and the officials having a word after Coach Pierce and the officials had a word. Not sure exactly what all they were discussing there, but everybody's smiling, so maybe something to do with the delivery. I'm not sure. So Pierce will step in with a runner at first, 1 out. And she'll show bunt and a snap throw down to first as they were trying to bunt and run. And it'll be strike 1 to Pierce at the plate.
Yeah, she went for it. She slapped her bat at the ball. And
they almost did a pitch out on that, it looked like. But
almost.
So a no ball, 1-strike count. Corner infielders are ready to charge, and the pitch, that one is low, gets away from Villafuerte, and on the pass ball, it'll let Garcia move to second. And it evens the count at a ball and a strike to Pierce.
1 out, 1 on, 1-1 the count at the plate. Runner in scoring position now, and Eunice definitely.
Eunice trailing by 5, needs some help.
They need to help themselves out here.
So Pierce settles back in and is ready. And that one going to roll in, and a throw back, and it's to throw into nobody. So an E2 will give up the base as that'll let Garcia move over on the E2. As Villafuerte looks like she just kind of rushed her throw.
Yeah.
Or was going to throw it hard back to Valencia, or maybe try to throw it over to Looper, but it just kind of went into no land between third and the ring and out of play.
And she's going to go out to the circle and talk to her pitcher and the second baseman and shortstop out there to kind of get on the same page about whatever that was. It was definitely a miscommunication, or, it's a play that they've worked and they've done before that just didn't happen that time, I think.
So now a runner at third and a 2-1 count to Pierce at the plate, and that pitch is going to be in the dirt, ball 3. And then a throw down to third, and that will let the run come home. So 2 errors on Estancia. This one another E2 back-to-back errors by Villafuerte. Plates the run for the Lady Cardinals.
We were just talking about Eunice needs some help, and I said they need to help themselves, but hey, they'll take all the help they can get in the form of some mental errors and throwing errors there on the part of Valencia. They're still up 7-3 though.
Pierce shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's a fastball on the outside corner called strike 2. Pierce with good speed, but now a full count, the second full count she's seen in her 2 plate appearances. So Valencia ready, and now she'll deal, and the fastball swung on and missed as Pierce goes down swinging. 5th K of the ball game for Valencia, and 2 down now for the Lady Cards.
And Haley Jones, the second baseman, up to the plate. She walked and scored her last time up. Second plate appearance. She's actually technically 0 for though.
0 for 0.
Yep.
So Jones will step in. As Valencia trying to find her rhythm once again, and the riser rises out of the zone for ball 1. You know, when we started this game, it started raining, and now the sun's back out.
We've had a little bit of everything
We
today.
have had everything today.
By the way, Jones leads the Lady Cards in stolen bases with 10 this season.
And the 1-0 pitch to Jones rolls in for ball number 2.
So if Jones finds a way on, either by a walk or a hit, she is a threat on the base paths.
Yes, she is. Mel Nieto waits on deck.
And Eunice needs base runners. They need timely hitting, and they need some more runs here.
And the pitch, and just a bit high to use my best Harry Doyle.
So 3 straight balls thrown to Jones. Got to think the take sign is on. Don't know that for sure,
I would
but
think
that's
so. So a 3-0 count as the pitch to Jones.
Ooh.
That one's right down the pipe. Strike 1. Yeah, take sign on all the way.
Yeah, Valencia found the zone in a big way when she had to there. Sizzling fastball right down the center.
So it's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. And Valencia deals the fastball inside. Ball 4 works the walk to Jones.
It's the 5th walk issued by Valencia.
Valencian Vaughn, Rick Vaughn from the Major League movies, Wild Thing. She's a bit like that. She either strikes them out or walks them.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts, 5 walks in the game, and we're just in the bottom of the 2nd inning here.
Yeah, there has not been an out made in the field by Valencia. It's all been Ks. All 5 of the outs they've recorded. And the pitch fastball, and that one is in there to Nieto, strike 1.
Yeah, nice.
No doubter.
Nice ball. Had a little late breaking action on it right over the outside corner.
Cuevas basically playing in left center field. Huge hole down the left field line, and the pitch and sails. Snap throw down to first, and back in safely is Jones as the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Nieto. So the 1-ball, 1-strike count.
And with the sun out, I'm having to hide my phone underneath the scorebook between pitches.
And the pitch swung on and missed is strike 2.
Because it's starting to heat up. That sun, direct sun on the phones is threatening to shut it down because it's so hot. So I'm going to hide it and try to shade it as much as I can.
Yeah, we are dealing with no shade and sun right over the top of us at the moment. And the pitch, and that one's going to be low, evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, I'm going to have to cover the board up, I think, here in a minute, too.
Yeah, all kinds of things the normal person doesn't think about. You know, they just think, can we hear them? Can we see them? And there are a lot of things that go into whether you can or not.
2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is heading out of play as Nieto gets a piece of that one to stay alive.
Yeah, I had to swing at kind of the last second on that and just spoiled it off out of play off to the right. But it was definitely a screaming fastball.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nieto at the plate. If Fuerte flashes the signs and sets up, and then the pitch off speed and check swing. Yep, she broke the plane.
Wow.
Strike number 3, 6K of the ball game for Valencia. Eunice gets one of those runs back, though. We head to the 3rd. 7-3 in favor of Estancia. Eunice Lady Cardinal softball from the state tournament continues on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com.
The proud owners of Eunice Wrecker and Rental offer professional and reliable 24-hour roadside services in Lee County. Light to medium duty towing and recovery, fuel deliveries, jump starts, lockouts, and tire changes. They also haul off unwanted vehicles to help clean up your property. Eunice Wrecker and Rental have over 20 years of experience. They are fully licensed and insured. Call 575-394-HOOK. That's 575-394-4665. Eunice Wrecker and Rental are located at 44 North New Mexico Highway 248, Eunice, New Mexico, mile marker 1.
An adolescent alligator is about 10 feet long, depending on climate and diet. You should stay at least one adolescent alligator 10 feet away from power lines. You should probably stay at least one adolescent alligator away from alligators, too. Get more safety tips at excelenergy.com/safety. Excel Energy.
Welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Softball on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the bottom of the second inning, Eunice scored 1 run on no hits. There were 2 errors committed, 1 left on base. And we go to the top of the third inning, Estancia leading 7-3. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Thank you very much, Don Morgan. It'll be Summers, Villafuerte, and Velarde, 7, 8, and 9, due up for the Lady Bears, leading this one by 4 runs. Winner of this game moves on to tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to take on Loving. Loser will take on Lordsburg at 5 this afternoon. So Summers 0 for 1, grounded out back to Stinson in the first inning, and the first pitch bounces behind her for ball 1. So if you're Eunice, just work the outs.
Right. Just as they say, it's a cliche for a reason. Work them one at a time, because that's the only way, that's the best way to keep it in your mind, to stay grounded and focused on what your job is.
1-0 pitch, and that one's going to be up and away, ball 2.
With every batter, whether you're the pitcher, the catcher, or out in the field, you see every batter as a potential out. That's what you're thinking is, how do we get this batter out?
2-0 pitch, and that one is going to be a fastball up and in, ball 3. As Summers kind of having to shift out of the way of that one. So it's a 3-ball and 1 strike count. And the 3-1, or 3-0 rather, becomes a 3-1. There we go, strike 1.
Stinson finds the zone when she has to there, and the take sign was on.
So it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count to Summers at the plate. And the pitch, and that one is in at the knees as Summers ready to take off, and the ump says, nope, I think it's a strike, so that'll run the count full to Summers. Number 7 hitter for the Lady Bears. And the pitch up high, ball 4 as Stinson loses her. First walk of the ball game issued by Kelly, and that'll bring Gabrielle Villafuerte to the plate.
And Stinson has 3 strikeouts to go with that 1 walk now.
Villafuerte reached via the error in the second inning, scored on an error. Or actually scored on the RBI by Velarde, reached third on an error. There we go.
Yep.
So she'll step in 0 for 1. But with a runner on, nobody out in the first pitch. Fastball inside, just missing. And it'll be ball number 1.
Summers over there dancing off the bag and threatening to throw. Eunice, a catcher, keeping an eye on her.
1-0 pitch swung on, and that one is up over everybody's head and into the netting. And evens the count at a ball and a strike. So a 1-ball, 1 strike count.
No outs, a runner on, and the Lady Bears at the plate. They do lead this game 7-3.
Velarde waits on deck.
Stopping to clean off the real estate a little bit there. These fields are sand. All of these, except for field 1 here in the Cloverleaf at Cleveland, they're solid sand until you get to the grass, just, the track for the outfield. And it makes it almost impossible. Really, you have to clean off the plate almost after every pitch or any kind of
and the mound
traffic.
And the batter's boxes get pounded in,
Sure.
and there's a huge hole in front of the rubber in the ring. I mean, it's the batters are standing in a hole basically on the right side, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one's popped up and out of play on the right side. So it's a 1-ball, 2 strike count to the catcher, Villafuerte. So she'll choke up on the bat now, trailing 1-2. Pitcher's count. Stinson, the quick worker, ready, rocks and fires off-speed pitches outside, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So Stinson offered up an off-speed pitch on the corner, seeing if she would chase, because that was a pitcher's count at 1 and 2. She's ahead of the batter, or was, now even.
2-2 pitch, and that one going to sail, and it comes out of the end of the glove of Nieto. So on the passed ball, it's going to let Summers move down to second, and it'll run the count full to Villafuerte, or Fuente. Is it Fuente or Fuerte?
Villafuerte, I
Fuerte,
believe.
it's an
I think
R.
It's Fuerte.
I can't read my own handwriting.
Well,
so.
I was trying to read the coaches, but I'm pretty sure that was an R.
I think you're right. Villafuerte.
So now she's
full count.
Yep.
With a runner at second, and the pitch, and that one is outside. Ball 4, back-to-back walks. Second walk issued by Stinson, and now Estancia in business here in the third with Rylan Velarde coming to the plate.
And no outs, runners at first and second. Bottom of the order here. And then it'll be top of the order.
First pitch to Velarde is on the inside corner. The lefty will take it for a called strike one. Villafuerte at first, Summers at second, nobody out. A 4-run lead for Estancia. They're trying to add on to it as Stinson deals, swung on, and that one popped off the fists and over to field number 2.
It was a good pitch by Stinson. Came in a little faster. Stinson's varying her speeds, and she's got pretty good control.
So it's a no ball, 2-strike count to Velarde. As Velarde settles back in, closed stance. And the 0-2 pitch, fastball, and just misses outside. Nieto tried to frame it up, but not quite close enough to get the strike 3 call.
But Stinson is ahead of the batter 1 and 2 now.
Stinson has her sign, and she'll deal the riser and out of the zone.
Yep, just
the Cardinal faithful groan.
Just a little outside to this to Velarde, who is a left-handed batter.
So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Top of the lineup waiting for Estancia in the pitch. That one rolls in and gets away from Nieto, and that moves everybody around as Summers heads to third, Villafuerte to second. And it runs the count full now to Velarde. All 3 batters have gotten the full count on Stinson this half inning. The 3-2 in the payoff pitch, and that one is in the dirt. Ball 4. 3 consecutive walks for Stinson. And that turns it back over to the top of the lineup with Chavez, who singled to right her last time up. She's 1 for 2.
She also scored, and then she struck out her first time up. So, a strikeout and then a single and cross the plate.
And there comes Coach Kemple.
So
he's going to try and settle things down a little bit.
Yeah. No, he's going to make a pitching change. He's calling for somebody from the field to come in. I think who's a center fielder? Is Pierce?
I think that'll be Pierce, yeah.
Okay, Pierce will come in relief of Stinson, it looks like.
And we'll double check that. Whoa, hello. And so, yep, that'll be Michaela Pierce. She comes in.
All right. So.
And we'll see if she gets the ball. She will. So Pierce will take over in the ring. And Stinson, I guess, will move out to center. I think it's just going to be a straight swap.
I think it is a straight swap because she's headed out. She was headed out.
So we'll get it all figured out with the pitching change. We'll take a timeout. Eunice Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball continues in a moment.
As Lee County's largest independent insurance agency, Lavelle Insurance works with a large number of insurance companies. They'll do your comparison shopping for you, guaranteeing you the very best price on the very best coverage for life, health, auto, retirement planning, commercial or personal insurance. Lavelle Insurance offers innovative solutions to protect your assets, goals, and future plans.
Debbie's Country Kitchen in Eunice is known for homemade goodness. Whether you're going for breakfast or lunch, you'll love it. Debbie's homemade cooking gets you every time. They take pride in making everything from scratch, from chicken fingers to the biscuits and gravy. Debbie's is open weekdays 5 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and on weekends 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Catering is available. Call 575-394-3047. Debbie's is simply the best, just like the Eunice Cardinals. Come see Debbie and the girls for great food and great service. Debbie's Country Kitchen has been serving you for over 27 years.
And welcome back to
good.
the Eunice Lady Cardinal softball pitching change as taking over in the ring. It'll be Michaela Pierce as she comes in relief of Kelly Stinson. They'll just trade places. So it's Pierce in the ring now. Nieto still the catcher. Williams, Jones, Zamora, Gaitan first to third. Dillard, Stinson, and Garcia outfield left to right. As Lucia Chavez will step in 1 for 2. She will be the first batter that Pierce will face. So Pierce facing the top of the lineup.
With no outs and bases loaded.
Tough position to come into, and instantly Chavez takes a hack at one as Pierce just kind of ran one up there, just a little, almost a watermelon, an off-speed pitch to start. So it's an 0-1 count and the pitch, and that one a riser, rises out of the zone, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
So bases loaded, no outs, and Eunice
Estancia threatening to blow it open here.
Yeah, Eunice is looking to try to control the damage here with this pitching change.
1-1 pitch, check swing.
Hello.
Yep, she broke it. That'll be strike 2.
Couldn't decide if she wanted to swing at it or not. And I don't know, Pierce may be the kind of pitcher that will give Estancia Lady Bears the fits. I think they're accustomed to hitting. They're a hitting team, but they're accustomed to hitting against
high heat.
Yeah, hitting against,
1-2 pitch. That one bounces in,
faster
gets away
pitches.
from Nieto. Checking up is Summers, and she's going to get caught in no women's land. The throw to Gaitan, now coming to the plate, and the slide in, safe.
Oh.
And a throw down to third, as sliding in under the tag is Summers.
She got her hand right between the legs, right on the base, just in time.
Goes through the 5-hole if this was a hockey game.
Right.
And scores the run and makes this an 8-3 ball game for Estancia. And I'm pretty sure it's a 2-2 count to Chavez at the plate as timeout asked for. Yeah, going to try and clean the real estate off the dish out there.
Right. As it got completely obliterated in that rundown. Whoa. It looked like it was going to be an out. It looked like they were going to be able to get her out. And to add, insult to injury,
they get the run.
They get the run, but
and the pitch swung on, and that's a shot out and drops into left field. Dillard will get to it, but 1 run is going to score. And then on a bad throw in, 2 runs are going to score. It'll be an RBI single for Chavez to left, which will plate via Fuerte, and then Velarde will score on a bad throw in that gets away, so that'll be an error on Stinson, so an E8. And then while they were trying to get it, Chavez moves all the way to third.
Right, so clean off the bases almost.
Now a 10-3 ball game in favor of the Lady Bears, with a runner at third and still nobody out, and Garcia to the plate.
No outs. Garcia popped out to the catcher her last time up. She singled and scored her first time up.
First pitch to Garcia is high for ball number 1. So now 10-2 in favor of Estancia. And the pitch, and that one is outside, gets away from Nieto. As coming almost all the way through is Chavez before she backs off.
She thought
Nieto did a nice job getting to it to kind of make her think twice about that.
Backed off and went safely back to third. But 2 balls, no strikes.
To the number 2 hitter, Garcia.
Gonzalez awaits on deck, and Valencia in the hole.
And the pitch swung on. That'll be a little pop-up. Could be trouble. And in and out. Gaitan had it, but can't handle it. It is another error as the errors piling up for the Lady Cards. And now there are Bears on the corners.
Yep, Lady Bears at first and third with an E5 on that, and Gonzalez coming up to the plate. However, Gonzalez struck out her first 2 times at the plate.
Yeah, she is 0 for 2. Of course, both those were against Kelly Stinson, so this will be her first time facing Michaela Pierce.
And still no outs.
And the pitch swung on, and that's like a bunt. It's just a tire.
Yeah.
And over to first, not going to be in time. So an infield single, a swinging bunt for Gonzalez.
That's what I call them, a swing. I was about to say I call that a swinging bunt. It acts like a bunt, looks like a bunt, wasn't intended to be, but it just barely rolled just about a foot or 2 in front of the plate, and Nieto having to get up to try to get the ball and throw it. There just was no time.
So now the base is loaded for the cleanup hitter, Jenna Valencia. Valencia 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored, but now a chance to absolutely put the pedal to the metal. And she'll take the first pitch, and she wanted the grand slam. We saw one of those in the Raton game. And Valencia doesn't time that right,
no,
so strike 1.
A slower pitch by Pierce. I don't know that it was a changeup, but
0-1 pitch, the riser rising out of the zone, evens the count at a ball and a strike.
So no outs.
Gonzalez at first, Garcia at second, Chavez at third. Nobody out, bases loaded, already 3 runs across for Valencia this half inning as Pierce will deal, and that'll be a line shot out into left field. Gets by Dillard. That'll go all the way to the wall. That'll plate 1. That'll plate 2. That'll plate 3, and it is a bases clearing 3R. No, she's coming around, and she comes around on a lackadaisical throw. And that scores all 4 of them. Is that an inside the Parker or is that an E6?
Well,
is it a triple E6?
It's a triple E6 that gave her. She gets her own RBI out of it, I guess.
No, you don't credit her for the RBI.
If it was an error, no. But she's a 3 RBI triple, and she came home on the error. Yep.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now 14-3 in favor of the Lady Cards as the Lady Cards gather up as Pierce points at the head and says, come on, gals, we got to think about this. We got to use our heads here because Estancia is threatening to blow this one open.
I think they already did. They're just now it's
well,
up to Eunice.
Now they're threatening to put it into 15 run after 3 territory.
Now Eunice has got to figure a way to close the door a little bit on them because there are still no outs here in the top of the 3rd inning.
On the bright side, the bases are cleared as Ana Cuevas to the plate. Cuevas 1 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored in the first, actually 1 for 1. Then an RBI single in the second. And she'll take the first pitch right back up the middle. It'll be a single out to Stinson. Kelly brings it back in quickly. But a single right back up the slot, and Cuevas keeps the line moving for the Lady Bears.
Whew.
So now it'll be Peyton Looper to the plate.
And we talked about, I talked about earlier about what a hitting team Estancia is. That's partly how they got to their 23-2 season record. Got to have some respect for their bats against
yes, you do.
2 different pitchers now.
And the first pitch is up high and into Looper, ball number 1. Runner at first is Cuevas, who reached via the single. As Pierce ready to go, she'll deal to Looper and swung on and missed. Took something off of that when it died in the dirt. Throw down to first. Williams slaps the tag on, but Cuevas was back at the bag. So the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yep, 1-1. Still no outs. 14-3. 14-3 is your score. Estancia leading here. Eunice needs to shut things down as soon as they can.
High for ball number 2. Yeah, as you mentioned, still nobody out. And oh, by the way, not to make it any worse, this is the 9th batter of the inning to come to the plate.
Right,
they have batted around, and the pitch swung on, and that's a chop shot. Gaitan knocks it down and then bobbles it. It'll be an E5 to keep the line moving for Estancia, and another error for Eunice.
So runners.
1, 2, 3, 4 errors this inning. They've got 6 in the ball game, and that'll bring Summers back to the plate. Summers walked earlier this inning, and she is 0 for 1. She grounded out in the first. So Summers will step back in as the wheels have come off for Eunice. And I guess maybe there's something going on with the score bug I'm hearing from back at the station. And the pitch, that one is high to Summers, ball 1.
It's 14-3.
It's 14-3. I just know what the station. I'm seeing it. I just know what the station tells me.
Okay.
And the pitch swung on, and that'll find its way through past a diving Zamora at shortstop out into center field. That'll get a run home, and it is an RBI double for Summers. As that is going to plate Cuevas from second. Looper went ahead and came around too on the throw in. So now it is 16-3 in favor of the La Cueva Bears.
And Summers sitting on second base, and they batted around, starting second time through.
And here comes Coach Kemple. And so we'll wait for Villafuerte. I think it's fine. Evie just asked if she wanted to know if it was still working.
Ah, okay. Well, there's a big difference in saying that there's a
problem with it. I agree with
it. And is it still working? Yes, it's working. It's working fine. It's accurate. I'm keeping it, as a matter of fact.
So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs in this inning. It's 16-3. And we will have a new pitcher come into the ball game as Pierce will head to the bench to sit down.
And number 21.
As that's going to be Cheyenne Blevins going to come in. She'll be the third pitcher for Eunice. And with the pitching change, we'll take a timeout. Lady Cardinal softball continues in a moment.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
BTH Services is a locally owned and operated family-oriented business. BTH Services and Rental is a Porta-John and equipment rental company. BTH Services and Rental also clears right-of-ways and right-of-way reclamation. Please call 575-964-3104. That's 575-964-3104 for all of your company needs. BTH Services and Rental is also looking for a 1-ton CDL driver. Please apply at 2100 Avenue O in Eunice. BTH Services and Rental is a proud sponsor of Lee County Athletics.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Tournament softball action. Out of the pitching change, a hit.
And that'll be a quick hit
by
for
Villafuerte, the catcher.
And she motors into
Drilled
second.
it.
Yep.
It was a line.
First pitch she saw from Blevins.
Yep. First pitch out of the pitching change. Blevins taking over for Pierce, who took over for Stinson. Pierce goes back into center field. Stinson comes out of center, I think, and goes to the bench. Blevins comes off of the bench as a reserve player.
So now it'll be Velarde to the plate, as we are getting awful close to the 15 runs, as that's high for ball number one. Yeah, they're a run away from it right now. And so the potential winning run stands at third, as Evie says the score bug's good now.
Yes.
So a 1-ball, no strike count. Blevins taking over in the ring against the lefty Velarde. Swung on, and that's a hard shot, going to find its way up the middle. That'll score one. That'll get 2 runs home, and the throw to the plate not in time. And so it's a 2 RBI single for Velarde, who moves to second on the play. And the wheels have completely come off for the Lady Cards.
No outs. And
they've batted around already.
They've batted around, and 10 runs have come across the plate. In
9, 10, 11, actually 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
11 with Villafuerte, who just scored.
Villafuerte, who just scored. Yep, that's right. And Velarde out on second.
Back to the top of the lineup with Lucia Chavez. And she'll take the first pitch from Blevins away for ball number one. So the 1-ball, no strike count to Chavez. She had a single, an RBI single earlier this inning. She is 2 for 3. And we're still just in the third inning. And the pitch to the riser is up and away, ball 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. 18-3 now the score. Eunice is going to have to get at least a run. And the pitch, and that one is on the inside corner, called strike one. Yeah, Eunice is going to have to get at least a run in their half of the inning to see a 4th inning. So a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Blevins ready, rocks and fires, and swung on, and that's a chop shot. And it's Zamora. Actually, that's Stinson who's short now.
Stinson came in. Okay, I thought she went to the bench. So I guess Stinson went to shortstop. Zamora came out of the game, I'm guessing, unless Zamora went somewhere else.
Nope, I think Zamora is the one who's on the bench.
All right, so Stinson at short, and
so
a problem. She looked up. I think the runner. There was no interference, but the runner happened to be crossing in front of the ball, the path of the ball, and I think she looked up just long enough and sort of lost it and bobbled it.
And the pitch to Garcia, that'll be in there, called strike one. Good pitch from Blevins. Garcia 1 for 3, singled in the first, popped out in the second, reached on an error earlier this inning. She'll shoot that one foul down to the third base coach's box, and so Garcia now down, no balls, 2 strikes. Hard to believe this was a 3-2 ball game not all that long ago.
Wow, yeah, wild.
At the start of the second inning, and here we are still in the top of the third, and it is now 18-3. And the 0-2, and that one just missing outside. The Cardinal faithful wanting the pitch, not going to get it. So it'll be ball 1 to Garcia. As Blevins, the windmill wind, and the pitch rolls in. And nice job by Nieto to go behind Garcia to keep the runner at third, Velarde. Count evens up at 2-2. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count as Coach Kemple just paces over in the opposing dugout, and that's a line shot going to find its way through. That'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 runs home. So it's a 2 RBI single for Garcia.
That was well played out in center field. Pierce made a good throw and just missed. I mean, that throw was right on. It just wasn't. It was a half a step late to be able to get the runner.
And so that'll make this a 20-3 ball game. And now it'll bring Shandy Gonzalez back to the plate. And we still have nobody out.
Yeah, no outs. I think this is, I don't think I've ever seen this much scoring in one at bat with no outs.
And that one going to be fouled off out into the left field. I don't know. Didn't you call a Hobbs-Clovis game a couple of years ago where Hobbs scored like 35 in an inning or something?
Yeah, but I don't think that it was with no outs. I think
okay.
they came
I certainly
along.
hope we don't see that here today.
There was 1 out, 2 outs. Yeah, they didn't do it with no outs.
0-1 pitch popped up to the infield. Williams in foul territory, comes back into fair territory.
Wow.
And is tackled by Gonzalez, holds on to the ball, so that'll be 1 out. And I think they need to check Williams' mouthpiece. Yeah, she's checking the grill there as Gonzalez ran into her. They've both got the right to be in the space, but
they both tried to went against the laws of nature and physics. They're trying to occupy the same space, and that's not going to work. And, I think they're both got a hard shot as a result of that.
As Garcia moves to third.
And finally, 1 out. As Coach Kemple is going to go over there and check and just make sure that Williams is okay.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at this point, if you're Eunice, you never want to wave the right flag. Don't get me wrong here. But if you're Eunice, I think you need to probably start thinking about your game later this afternoon. Because you're going to play the 5 o'clock game, and you've got to win that one to get to tomorrow.
Yeah. So 1 out, and now a runner at third.
So 1 out, runner at third, and Williams is actually going to come out of the ball game, or is she?
Let's see.
Nope, she's heading back
staying.
over there,
Yep,
so she's fine.
Tough.
She's tough.
Yeah. All right.
And so now it'll be Jenna Valencia, who had a 3 RBI triple her last time up and then scored on an error. The Little League home run, as Al Patterson would call it.
Well, that's true.
And the first pitch to Valencia, first time she's facing Blevins, and it's high for ball number 1. Do unto others, I guess, as Eunice batted 17 in the first game today. And right now we're at 17-16. This inning for Estancia, ball 2 as that one's up and away. So a 2-ball, no strike count. So at some point, I don't know, Dawn, how do you bounce back from this and get ready to play another game, another must win?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just have to work on getting out of this nightmare at bat.
Popped up on the right side again as Williams goes back behind the bag and into foul territory.
Ooh.
And gets it. She was well out of the way of a charging Valencia that time.
Right. So now 2 outs, both of them pop outs to Williams at first. And finally, Eunice has the end of this at-bat inside. Oh, okay. And I think they did the same thing there. I think maybe Estancia had a runner leave the base or off base when, earlier, be off base when the first pitch, just to get that 3rd out. I've noticed that's happened now 3 times today in games that we've seen. It's kind of just a way of let's get out of this.
13 runs on the board, so let's take a timeout.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
20. And welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the third inning, there were 13 runs by Estancia on 9 hits, 5 errors committed, nobody left on base. So we go to the bottom of the third inning. Eunice coming up to the plate. They trail 20-3, and they must have a certain amount of runs to keep from having a 15-run rule in this game.
They've got to score 3 runs this inning, or it is ball game as Stinson leads it off, and Kelly takes a big hack. Valencia still in the ring, runs that one by Stinson, strike 1. So a 20-3 ball game. Yeah, Eunice would have to get it under 15 to see a 4th inning. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Stinson leads it off. Stinson, Williams, Gaitan. And the pitch from Valencia swung on and missed as the good riser is Stinson. If you're Eunice now, you can't get them all back with 1 swing. You've got to have base runners. So it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Now Stinson back in. Valencia ready to go, and she'll deal. That one rolls in for ball 1. Still 1 ball, 2 strike count. So coming up about 5 this afternoon, or if everybody else is running as behind as we are, we will have another game sometime, hopefully in the 5 o'clock hour for these Lady Cards. And the pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot. Going to find its way through up the middle and into center field as Stinson, the leadoff single, back up the middle. Who said the Lady Cardinals didn't want to keep this game moving along?
That's right. Stinson, man, she blistered it up right up the middle. In fact, it barely missed hitting Valencia in the circle.
Just the second hit of the ball game from the Lady Cards, first since back in the first inning. And guess who? That was Kelly Stinson, too.
Yeah, Valencia had to do a little river dance to keep from being obliterated by the ball out there.
So now it'll be Peyton Williams to the plate. Peyton 0 for 1. But now a runner at first, and that's what Eunice needs as base runners, as that one's high and a snap throw down as Stinson, well off the bag, covering was Chavez, slaps the tag on. Ball 1 to Williams at the plate.
But no outs and a runner on first, and Eunice.
And you got to have at least 3 runs.
Got to have 3.
So a 1 ball, no strike count. And the pitch is up high, and that one gets away from Villafuerte and running down to second. And then the ball is going to bounce away from Looper, but Smith there to back it up. So a stolen base for Stinson. And it's ball 2 at the plate to Williams.
And runner in scoring position now for Eunice, and that's what they need. They need
1
3
at a time.
runs, 1 at a time, but 3 runs to stay alive in this game and see a 4th inning and keep the game going. I think they just want to fight. They just want to get back up to the plate and feel like they're not giving up and giving in.
2-0 pitch, and that one is going to be up and in, ball 3. So a 3 ball, no strike count to Williams. So a 3 ball, no strike count.
And Williams struck out her only other plate appearance in this game, which feels like about...
And the 3-0 pitch is right down the pipe, but the take sign was on. Make her pitch to you. I like it. That'll be strike 1.
Yeah, it feels like the first inning was about 5 hours ago somehow.
It does feel like it has been a while, yes. Gaitan waits on deck, then Dillard, and the pitch, fastball at the knees, but low
misses
for ball 4.
Yeah, the Villafuerte tried to frame it up real fast for the ump, but it came in low.
So that'll be the 6th walk issued by Valencia, and now it'll be Liz Gaitan to the plate. She represents the continuation run.
Right.
If she can find her way on and then in, and the pitch as Liz takes a big hack at it, strike 1 goes up top. So a no ball, 1 strike count and a throw down to second. Stinson playing dangerous out there. Now an 0-1 count to Gaitan. Valencia ready to go, and she'll deal the fastball, and that one
just misses.
Villafuerte framed it up, but the ump didn't buy it, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike.
Yeah, and she didn't really have to move the glove much. It looked like it was right on the edge of being a strike, but it's a good thing. It was a ball, 1-1 the count.
And the pitch off speed pitch and inside, ball 2, and even Villafuerte shook her head like, no.
On that. Yeah.
So a 2 ball, 1 strike count.
No outs, runners on first and second. Eunice needing 3 runs at least in this at bat.
And the fastball, the rising fastball, rises right out of the zone, and it'll make it a 3 ball, 1 strike count. So the 3-1 count to Gaitan. 2 on, nobody out. Eunice with some work to do. They trail big as timeout as a ball has come in from the field next door. Of course, big thanks to all of our great sponsors for Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball. Here on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things. And the 3-1 pitch, and that one's low, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have walked the bases loaded for the Lady Cards. 7th walk issued by Valencia.
And still no outs, and that brings up Riley Dillard to the plate, playing left field. She struck out her first time to the plates. This is only her second plate appearance, looking for redemption and looking to move some runs around. Eunice needs at least 3 here.
So Dillard, the lefty, 0 for 1, and she'll take the first pitch on the inside corner, called strike 1.
No outs, bases loaded.
So Eunice threatening. They've got to plate all 3 of them.
Right.
And the pitch, off-speed pitch, inside corner, nice pitch, nasty from Valencia, and that's strike 2.
Valencia just took a lot of speed off of that, but she painted the inside corner on Dillard, who's a left-handed batter.
So Dillard trails 0-2. Bases full of Lady Cards. That one's in the dirt. It is going to get away from the catcher, who will toss it in.
Ooh.
Gets away from the pitcher. That'll get 1 run home. That'll get 2 runs home. No, it won't.
Yes,
it will. And a throw down to third, and that one gets away from the third baseman. That's going to get 3 runs home as the comedy of errors has Eunice living to see another inning.
That's right. That's the 3 runs that they needed to get themselves out of being down by 15.
Stinson scores on the wild pitch. Williams will score on the E2, and then Gaitan scores on the E1. Wow.
Yeah, just some throwing errors. And, Eunice looked like they didn't have anything to lose. They were just going to run for home because they had no outs to begin with. They could, they had some outs to play with, and they're trailing. They rolled the dice and forced it and came up big, forced Estancia into some throwing errors.
And the fastball is away and evens the count at 2-2 to Dillard. So Eunice has put 2 up in the first, 1 in the second, and now 3 in the third, and they've got this under a 15-point ball game. And the pitch, that one going to bounce and gets away from Dillard. Nobody on, though. No harm, no foul.
Right.
And, still nobody on.
No,
or still nobody out.
Right.
Nobody on either, but nobody out either.
Yeah. And 20-6 is your score now. 20-6 is your score.
And the pitch and swung on and missed as Dillard chases a riser and goes down swinging. That is the 7th K of the ball game for Valencia. Now 1 down, as it's not going to be Zamora, I don't think. Nope, it'll be Blevins to the plate, who went in relief in the pitching ring. So Blevins will see her first at bat of this state tournament. And the first pitch to Blevins is right over the heart of the plate, knee-high, strike 1. I have a feeling her brother will be pitching tomorrow in the boys' game.
So just 1 out here, as Eunice could do some more damage here, and they'd like to plate some more runs.
Yes, they would. Is that one going to roll in, even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike? So a single, 2 walks, and then a couple errors and a wild pitch, and Eunice is going to live to see a 4th inning.
They are back in business. They still have a long road to go, in terms of winning this game, but they stay alive with a chance to continue.
1-1 pitch swung on and missed as Blevins chases a riser out of the zone, as Coach Kemple says, up here.
Well, she's tall, although
she is tall.
Dillard is a taller, Blevins is a taller girl. But even at that, that ball is coming in so fast.
1-2 pitch and got her with the changeup.
The changeup got her swinging on the outside corner.
Back-to-back Ks, 8th strikeout of the game for Valencia, and that'll bring the number 9 hitter Garrett to the plate. So 2 out, but 3 runs across for the Lady Cards.
Yep, 20-6 your score. 2 outs, nobody on, and Garrett, the designated player, to the plate.
And the first pitch fastball is Garrett. Kind of thought about it, but it wouldn't matter. She checked the swing, but it was hard heat right over the middle, knee high.
That ball was in the glove before she thought about swinging. So, yeah, there was a lot of heat to that.
And swing and a miss, strike 2. It's like the old story about Bob Feller for the Cleveland Indians when he first played. He was playing Yogi Berra, which we'll continue that maybe in a moment. But so a no ball, 2 strike count. And the pitch, and that one is going to be outside. Yeah, Barra struck out on 3 pitches against Bob Feller. Legend has it. And on the 3rd pitch, Barra looked back and asked the umpire, was that a strike? And the umpire said, it sounded like one. So go sit down, Yogi.
Well, Valencia, she does throw smoke. She's capable of throwing.
Has some
great
control
speed.
problems, though.
Some issues
and
there.
the 1-2 pitch and wild thing up to the
there goes one way over the catcher's head to the backstop. As that evens things up at 2-2.
Don't dig in, and if you're the mascot, watch out. So a 2-2 count to Garrett at the plate, 2 down, but Eunice has plated 3. We will see a 4th inning. And the line and the pitch swung on and missed. And so after a single, 2 walks, a couple errors, coming back to strike out the side is Valencia, but Eunice puts 3 on the board, and we will see a 4th inning as Eunice Lady Cardinal softball from the state tournament continues on the Eunice Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice has a friendly small-town atmosphere, great schools and churches, and a low cost of living. The entire community is very involved with all levels of sports and academics. The Eunice Department of Motor Vehicles' new office hours are Monday through Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. No testing on Friday. Eunice, a friendly small town with a wonderful community and amenities.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Softball on Eunice Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. And in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Eunice put 3 runs across on 1 hit. There were 2 errors committed, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 4th with Estancia coming up to the plate. They lead 20-6. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Ana Cuevas will lead it off for the Lady Bears. She'll be followed by Peyton Looper and then Lucille Summers. It is 5, 6, and 7. Due up for Estancia as they want to get this back to the 15-pointer if they can and maybe call this one even earlier. Eunice wants to get a quick 1-2-3 and get it back to the dugout and see if they can chip into it some more. So Cuevas is 2 for 2 with a couple runs scored, an RBI, and the first pitch hits her in the back. That's the 2nd time Cuevas has eaten one. So she's hit by the pitch, and that will put her over at first as now Peyton Looper to the plate. Looper doubled in the first, grounded out in the second, reached via an error and scored in the 3rd. So Looper steps in, 1 on, nobody out. Blevins still in the ring for the Lady Cards in the first pitch, and that one's going to come inside, and it's going to get away from Nieto. The wild pitch moves Cuevas over to second. Your Eunice, just concentrate on throwing strikes here. Trust your defense behind you.
Right.
Even those 7 errors in the ball game. Ouch.
Yeah, it's tough.
Estancia hadn't been just perfect in that category either. They've got 4 in the ball game.
It's true.
Now the 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on and missed, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Looper. First time she's faced Blevins. Blevins, the 3rd pitcher of this first round of the elimination round.
Right, Stinson started, Pierce in relief, and now Blevins in the circle.
Change up away for ball number 2, so a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
No outs here as Eunice trailing 20-6.
And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is popped up and out of play.
It's going to be, I don't know if it's going to make it all the way to one of the other fields or not, but close anyway. Of course, all 4 fields here at Cleveland High School in Rio Rancho in a cloverleaf pattern. So we deal with balls, straight balls coming in from other fields quite often.
We do. The 2-2 count is Blevins ready to go, and that one out of the zone, and that will run the count full to Looper.
There is some netting, between the fields, and that does help in some with foul balls particularly. But some of those balls do get stuck up there. I see a couple stuck in the netting right now.
Payoff pitch swung on and missed. Ringer up, sitter down. Looper goes down swinging for out number 1. First K of the ball game for Blevins, 4th for Lady Cardinal pitching. And now it'll be Lucille Summers to the plate. Summers is 1 for 2. Grounded out to the pitcher in the first, then walked and scored in the third, then had an RBI double and scored later in that seemingly never-ending third inning.
So 1 out, a runner at second, and Villafuerte, that is, on deck, Velarde in the hole.
And the pitch inside, ball number 1 to Summers, the DP. So 1 ball, no strike count. As I believe the Lordsburg-Loving game already over. Lordsburg over kind of watching this one. Kind of a weak swing and tinks it foul and evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Sort of an excuse me swing, made weak contact with it, fouls it off. So 1-1 count.
So the 1 ball it's not going to at least if they can, and that one's going to bounce away from me. And that
so wild pitch or pass ball?
wild pitch.
All right.
And it's a 2-1 count. As Blevins gets the side from Nieto. She'll deal, and that one is in the dirt, ball 4. So now Lady Bears at the corners. And Villafuerte to the plate. Villafuerte is 1 for 2. Reached on an error and scored in the second. Walked and scored in the third, and then doubled up the middle and scored also in the third.
Right. So runners at first and third, 1 out.
And the catcher Villafuerte to the plate as Blevins will deal, and that one out of the zone. Snap throw down, and just putting the glove up is Blevins, and she'll throw over to third and got her!
Whoa!
As Cuevas was caught sleeping, she'll be out 2-1 to 5 for out number 2.
Yeah, that was a throw to second, really as much to try to entice the runner from third to try for home so that they could turn around and make that play. So that worked out very well for Eunice. Something that they executed that very well.
Yes, they did. And the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot going to find its way through out into right field. As Summers is going to round third, and she is going to score. It'll be an RBI double for Villafuerte. So the RBI double makes it a 15-run ball game once again. 21-6 the score. Now Rylan Velarde to the plate. Velarde is 2 for 2. Also walked and has scored all 3 times. Has 3 RBIs to her name to go with it. And the first pitch to Velarde is on the outside corner, called strike 1.
So 2 outs, a runner in scoring position at second, and Velarde at the plate, left-handed batter.
As Blevins will roll that one in, going to get away from Nieto, and that's going to let Villafuerte move over to third. If you're Eunice, you want to keep it right here if you can, because it's just 15 then. And you've scored on them every inning.
That's right. It is. The score is 21-6 now.
So a no ball, 1 strike count to Velarde at the plate. As Blevins will kick and fire, and that one is up and away. Almost gets away from Nieto, but she climbs the ladder, grabs it, and then basically dares Villafuerte to try something. Fakes the throw, and the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count.
2 outs, a runner on third. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning.
And the pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to deep left field, going back. That one is off the wall. Dillard goes back and collects it after it bounces off of the base of the wall. But it is a long, ringing RBI double for Velarde to left. So she has another RBI. Now it is 22-6. And it goes back to the top of the lineup with Lucia Chavez.
So a 16-run lead now by Estancia, and they're looking to add to it. But 2 outs, as if Eunice can just work this second out and get into the dugout.
2 for 4 is Chavez, and she'll take the first pitch high for ball 1. Struck out in the first.
Yep.
Single to right in the second. RBI single to center in the third. Then reached via an error and scored later in the third.
I said work the second out, work the third out, of course.
Popped up into shallow center field. On the run is Pierce, and on the move, Pierce gets it for out number 3. She wisely fires it to second to pull 2. Doesn't matter. It's a fly out to center for out number 3, but 2 more runs come across. So Eunice has got to score a couple more to see a 5th inning. We'll see in the bottom of the 4th as Eunice Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball continues in a moment.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
And welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Tournament Softball. As in the top of the 4th inning, there were 2 runs scored by Estancia on 2 hits. There were no errors committed, 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Eunice up to the plate, but they trail 22-6. And with the call, here's TJ Miracle.
Here's Jones Nieto lead it off as Michaela Pierce, 1-2-3. Eunice needs a couple more runs. She shows bunt, pops it up, and Valencia dives and makes the grab on the pop out as Pierce, instead of angling that down,
she hit it,
pushed it up, and that let Valencia get to it and reach out and grab it. And there is 1 down for the Lady Cards as Haley Jones to the plate now.
Credit where credit's due. That was great hustle by Valencia. She had to lay her body out and catch it on the end of her glove and fall down in the process, but hung on to it. It's a tough way to have to eat an out if you're Eunice.
And especially when you've only got now 2 to play with. And the pitch to Jones swung on and out of play over the dugout for strike 1. She got a piece of it, fouled it off.
Right.
Haley walked in the first and scored, then walked in the second and was left stranded. So she's 0 for 0 with the run scored officially. Valencia still in the ring trying to close out the Lady Cards, and she'll take something off of that one. That is a devastating pitch when she throws that changeup.
But yeah, I think that they just get it.
Right over here to these guys. Yeah, it's a question on foul balls, and it's a strike 2 call. What I was saying, nasty pitch when Valencia throws that changeup. So a no ball, 2 strike count to Jones, and the pitch, fastball swung on, and that one is going to be fouled into the dugout. The Estancia dugout.
Kind of pretty much protecting the plate there with 2 strikes on her, and saw that was coming in and probably would have been a call strike. She spoiled that off at the last second.
And just a quick note, this might have to be renamed from Field 3 to, I don't know, Run Rule Field or something. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be fouled off as Jones gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Man, Jones is hanging tough at the plate here. Eunice, of course, trying to get something started. 22-6 the score, and they need a couple of runs to stay alive.
So the wind coming from Valencia, and the pitch, and that one is away, ball 2.
So 2-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 4th inning. Eunice trying to avoid an early end to this game.
And the pitch swung on and missed as Jones down swinging. 10th K of the ball game for Valencia, and Eunice is down to their final 3 strikes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Final out, and it'll be Mel Nieto coming up to the plate in the hot seat for Eunice.
Nieto 0 for 1, walked and was left stranded in the first, then struck out in the second. As she holds the hopes and dreams of the Lady Cards. And the first pitch, wild thinged up in and away, ball 1.
She struck out and walked her previous 2 plate appearances. So
Eunice has to have 2 runs or this ball game's over.
Yep, I said they're looking for a couple of runs. 22-6 the score right here.
And the pitch, and that one is up and away, ball 2. So Valencia keeps dealing. Gonzalez and Garcia on the corners are playing well in.
Yes, they are.
And the whole infield's playing well in. I don't really think you're going to have much to worry about with 2 outs here, but it means if Nieto can catch one, she could put it out in no woman's land real fast and swings at a riser. That'll be strike number 1. Of course, coming up probably about an hour, maybe an hour from now, we'll have another game for you. Eunice versus Lordsburg over on field 3. So with 2-ball, 1 strike count. As the wind and the pitch swung on, and Nieto gets a piece of that one, and Eunice is down to their final strike.
So 2-2 counts even, 2 outs, nobody on. Final.
But was going to say, yeah, there's been like 100 runs scored today on this field in now
Crazy.
3 games.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So a 2-ball, 2 strike count. Nieto waits, check swing, and in there anyway. 11 strikeouts for Valencia, and that will do it for the Lady Cards as they fall in this one. Our final 22-6. We'll take a quick timeout, come back and wrap this one up. Get you ready for this evening's game as Lady Cardinal softball continues in a moment.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lady Cardinals State Softball on Unisports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Eunice falls to Estancia in this one, 22-6, your final score. And with the wrap-up, here's TJ Miracle.
All right, thank you very much. Our final line score, 22 runs on 18 hits, 4 errors for Estancia. They leave 3 runners on, 6 runs on 2 hits, 7 errors, and they leave 3 runners stranded out on the base paths. So now it'll be on to field number 3 here in just a couple of minutes, and about an hour from now against Lordsburg.
Estancia moves on, and they will not play again until tomorrow morning when the 2A, 3A part of the tournament moves over to Rio Rancho High School, and we begin the 4A, 5A games right here at Cleveland High School tomorrow. Of course, Lovington girls will play the first game at 9 o'clock, but Eunice is not done yet. They have that other game to play this afternoon. They're looking to stay alive. If they win that game, they'll see action tomorrow at Rio Rancho High School in the losers bracket, but they'll stay alive in the double elimination tournament. So they want to win that game coming up. I watched Lordsburg beat Jow this morning, had the call on that game, and in fact, that final score, let me page back over there, that final score was officially 16-12 was your final score, and so Lordsburg capable of putting a lot of runs across as well, so it'll be interesting to see those two games. Those two teams, Eunice and Lordsburg, are pretty well matched up, and I'd have to give the edge to Eunice just on the, after seeing Lordsburg play and beat Jow. I'd say Eunice certainly is capable of beating them this afternoon.
All right, so Eunice is going to have to take a deep breath and come back and do that, so we're going to have to grab our stuff and mosey on over to the other field, get ready for that game. So we will wrap this one up, and we'll see you again here in just a few minutes for Eunice Lady Cardinal State Tournament Softball here on HobbsAmerica.com, Unisports YouTube channel.